G'day everybody, how you doing? My name is Dan Furigal, and I'm here today to talk to you about the next chapter in my graphic novel series, Fractured Shards.
Heard you work in the dark case.
You murdering motherfucker! Execution order.
Denied. What can you find? How can I destroy him?
Access granted.
I spy with my little eye.
Fractured Shards is set in a dystopian future where the world is separated into the glittering paradise of the lights and the slums of the district. Detective Sebastian Vitro works on the most horrific of cases between both of those worlds as an enforcement officer. When a horrific crime occurs, sometimes that moment in time can fracture, opening up glimpses into that event. In Volume 2, we follow along as Sebastian and Abigail try to solve a case using those fractures before they are permanently put on ice. Now, who would like this book? Fans of Judge Dredd, Transmetropolitan, Ronin, Ghost in the Shell, and other cyberpunk dystopian stories, as well as people who like the movies Blade Runner, Watchmen, Minority Report, Dredd. If you like your comics with tons of action, mind-blowing visuals, quality feel, and production, then this book is for you. We have some phenomenal Kickstarter rewards. We have digital and physical versions of the graphic novel, variant covers, signature book plates, original artwork, getting yourself drawn into the book, and some fun things like an hour personal Zoom call with me. So please, pledge your support, and thank you very much for taking the time to check out our Kickstarter. Have a good day.
G'day guys, and welcome to 2022. I am your host, Shaun Keenan. I am here by myself tonight. Stephen may jump in at some stage, but I am going solo. This is going to be just a very short first episode. We've got a bunch of stuff coming up, so I wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone. I wanted to let everyone know that Fractured Shards Volume 2 is fully funded, but we are pushing towards our $15,000 stretch goal, which will help us create a bunch more of stuff, which I will touch on a little bit later. But if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, click that notify bell. We go live each Sunday night. We usually have guests on each Sunday night, which will help with creating comics. We have actors on. We're going to have a few more actors on this year, which is going to be exciting. We talk about crowdfunding. We give people tips and tricks, as well as we just have a great time, and we have an awesome community that gets involved. So again, welcome to 2022, and hello to everyone out there. So Grace, Happy New Year to you. Sazzy Gal, Happy New Year. Mandeep, hi mate, how you going? And Katarina, how are you going? Happy New Year. I was planning to have this episode done prior to the new year, but unfortunately I had a bit of a family emergency between New Year, Christmas and New Year's, which put me out of action pretty much for that whole week. So everything is good, and hopefully in a few weeks' time, I will be able to give you some news around what happened during that week as well. So, but yeah, hey, we want to just talk about 2021 for a minute, what we have achieved, comics to movies, and give you guys the first sneak peek into what is happening moving forward. So there's a couple of cool things that I really want to talk about. First thing is, this week I've been crazy busy delivering all of Fractured Shards Volume 1. So if you have backed Fractured Shards Volume 1, we are about 90% completed with all those rewards. So we've sent out all of the Australian backers rewards. We've sent out all of the rewards to the USA, which will be then on sent by Dan once he receives them. And we're now just starting to do the final. I think we've got about 40 left to do, which is for all of our other backers from the UK, Germany, we've had a Russian, Switzerland, so we've got a few of those, which is amazing. But we do want to let everyone know that has been fulfilled. We do apologize again for the delay, but super excited to get those in your hands. They look phenomenal. The books are great, so really happy with how they look. Xct Monsters is going to be fulfilling this week. So now that I've almost finished Fractured Shards, I'll be finishing off that and then jumping straight into Xct Monsters, which is fantastic. And then the third project that we've had that's not fulfilled yet is the 13th Labour issue 2. So that is currently just getting the final touches put on the digital side, which we should hopefully have by the end of this week. So be able to send out the digital rewards, and then our printer gets back on Wednesday. So we'll be going to print with that one, but we're do some updates on the Kickstarters with those as well. So 2021 was a really big year for comics to movies. So there's a few things that have kind of changed over the last 12 to 24 months. The first thing is that we're kind of moving away from the limited edition prints that we were doing and all of that type of stuff, and moving more to a comic publishing company. So towards the end of last year, we were looking at updating our website, and I'm going to give you guys the first sneak peek into what that website is going to look like. So it hasn't launched yet, but we'll do a really big live launch. There's going to be some giveaways, all extra things, but I wanted to give you guys the first sneak peek at what our new website's going to look like. So, so this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be more around the titles that we've got. So, Fractured Shards, Terra Olympus, Xct, Talos of Sparta, and the 13th Labour. And we're just about to change one of those logos out with the Occupation Rainfall logo, which is pretty amazing. So, but this is just a cool little tease of our site. So we're going to have all of our latest releases. We got some cool items there. You'll be able to check out our active Kickstarters. You'll be able to click on any of these links and they'll be taken to the page, and that'll talk more about each of our issues and all of that, which is kind of cool. And then we will also be starting to accept submissions. So if you've ever wanted to create a comic book, or you've got a comic book and you want to get it published, that is something we're going to be doing next year. and some really cool little stuff about all of the awards that we've won as well. So yeah, super excited to kind of launch that that site. We'll give everyone a more in-depth look at that once it's all up and running, but really excited about that. So yeah. Grace, I just saw your comment. Did request to combine your two pledges. Yes. Grace, yours is ready. I've got them all sitting down here, actually, all pre-packaged. I can show you what they look like, but they're all pre-packaged, ready to go. So I've got all the boxes here ready to go. So yours will be out in the mail as soon as this week. So and I'm guessing that's the website. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with the website. There's a few little changes that we need to do before we go live, but we're hoping to have that by the end of the month. So which is really exciting. The second thing we wanted to talk about is just some of the projects that we've launched throughout 2021. So started off in January this time last year with the first volume of Fractured Shards being finished, and we raised $27,000 on that campaign, which was amazing. Then we took a few months off to fulfill all of the Kickstarters we did in 2020. But what we're doing moving forward is we're going to make sure that we've got a lot of the work done prior to us going to Kickstarter. So the current Volume 2 of Fractured Shards, we've actually got, I can give you guys a sneak pass, the first goss, but we will be discussing this with Dan tomorrow. So if you haven't seen and you've backed the Fractured Shards campaign, we're doing a live stream tomorrow with Dan, 5 p.m. American LA time, PST time, or 12 midday for all of us Aussies here. So I don't know about the other guys there in the UK. I'm not sure the time difference, but that should be really cool. But we've got most of that book, or we've actually got all of the artwork completed for that book, and it's literally getting colored as we speak. So when we talk about backing the campaign and how we're able to go above and beyond what that initial goal is, this is what it allows us to do. It allows us to go and actually get the book done and completed prior to us launching that next Kickstarter. So that's amazing. But we fulfilled both Talos of Sparta issue 1 and Xct Infinity issue 1 this year, or in 2021, and we're hoping to do both issue 2s of those this year. So Talos of Sparta is quite the way through already with the artwork on that one. Brad's been very busy doing that. But again, we're getting it to a point where we've got all of the artwork completed prior to going to the Kickstarter, so that we're able to fulfill all of our Kickstarters much quicker. Then we did the first ever Comics2Movies published title, which is the 13th Labor. So that's very exciting to publish someone else's work, and that went live in the middle of the year with issue 1, and then in November with issue 2. So both of those have been extremely successful, and we've already got issue 3 ready. So once issue 2 is fulfilled in by the end of the month, we will be looking at doing a pre-launch page and launching that this year as well. So that's pretty exciting. We also did Terra Olympus Volume 3, which is a co-created project with Stephen. So that was a great project. Super excited with that. And I'll spill the goss here, considering Stephen's not here, but we've got a new artist already working on Volume 4. It's much quicker than we were kind of expecting to get back into that project, but you can expect to see Volume 4 of Terra Olympus in 2022 as well. So, and then finally, we've got onto Fractured Shards Volume 2. So that's live at the moment. We're just over 12,000 raised, but we're looking to kind of get to between that $15,000 to $20,000 mark, and that again will allow us to move on to Volume 3. And I won't spill the goss, but we're going to announce something with Dan tomorrow in regards to the Fractured Shards and a spin-off there. So definitely come along to that, or watch the replay if you haven't or if you're not able to see it live. So yes, so that's all of 2021. So that is a lot, but 2022 is going to be even bigger. So as I mentioned in the last week, we've already fulfilled Fracture Shards Volume 1. This week we're going to fulfill Xct Monsters, which is the first project other than Xct Infinity that I've done within the Xct universe for a little while. But I'm super excited to say that we've actually completed the remastered version of Xct Most Wanted. So we've gone back and recolored all of those black and white stories, and we'll be releasing that in 2022 as well. So we're super excited about that. And I'm super, excited to kind of, put out another colored version of Xct. And I've always loved Xct Monsters, but it's been the only one in black and white, and that was a financial decision when I launched that. So I'm super excited to kind of put that out in black and white. So now I can see there's been a couple of comments here. So Darren, you've said, what did I think of Boba Fett? I am absolutely loving it. I know people were a little bit, what's going on in the first episode? The first episode wasn't much. Well, you need to set up the story. So I kind of didn't kind of buy into much of that. I didn't think there was any issue with it. But if you're an expanded universe fan like myself, there's a couple of characters that I believe have been introduced in that first episode that you don't know their names of at the moment. But I have put a couple of my comics aside, hoping that they are the characters that I think they are. And then issue 2, I absolutely episode 2, I absolutely loved. I thought that was fantastic. Dive straight into the action, built on the story, and I can't wait for Wednesday for the next one. So thanks for letting me get my Star Wars reference in, Darren. So what did you say? Have you thought of Kickstarter exclusives covers for each campaign? No, I haven't, Darren. I think because most of the time, a lot of the times we raise the funds for the printing of the graphic novels, but I think that's definitely something that we will look at doing, especially considering we've got such an amazing community like yourself and everyone that's watching at the moment, that they really like that exclusive element, and even if it's only 20 or 30 that gets sold through the Kickstarter, I think that's a really cool option that we have now. I think the main reason why I hadn't done it previously was that I didn't have a printer that I used all the time, and that as soon as you started changing a cover and doing multiple covers, the price in printing increased quite a bit. But at the moment, we've been using the same printer for most of our jobs, and they're actually quite good in regards to doing a one kind of cost, whether it doesn't matter how many kind of covers we add into the campaign. So it's definitely something that we'll look at doing. So says a girl, minifigs and coloring books. I haven't thought about a coloring book, but you beat me to the punch on one thing, is that we will be doing an art book. So I talked earlier about moving away from the limited edition prints, and we still will be doing some of those at comic conventions and that type of stuff. But they won't be available on our website. But one thing that we will be launching in 2022 is our first art book, which will collect a bunch of Brad Van Geest's work. So he's done quite a lot of the half prints that we have created, and we'll be launching that very early in 2022. So super excited about that. There's two absolutely awesome covers for that art book, and then it kind of lets people that love prints and that type of stuff, but don't have the room on their wall, like you can see behind me, to be able to get a book and have actually all of those artwork in a single book type of thing. In regards to minifigures, we're trying to kind of look at what other merchandise we're kind of going to create. So there is one thing that I can kind of show you guys if I nick away off the screen for a sec. Is we're going to be doing these very cool limited edition boxes. So they will be limited to only 250. They have a very cool artwork on the inside. They will all be hand numbered, and they are what we call like blind boxes. So moving forward, we will put a bunch of our comics and graphic novels and limited edition prints, pins, all that type of stuff in these type of boxes, and we will limit them and sell them. So we're not sure whether we'll do Kickstarters for those or just have them at shows moving forward, but we're definitely looking at what other avenues for merchandise that we can definitely do, and minifigs is one that a lot of people seem to be pretty intent on getting. So a Lego figure is kind of cool. So yeah. So the other projects that we've been delving into over the last week. I know it's only 9 days into this year, but it's been a very busy 9 days. We've already started on the Occupation graphic novel. So that's the tie-in graphic novel for Occupation Rainfall, the Australian movie. So we will be showcasing some of that over these live streams, as well as giving all of our Patreon backers the first look at all of the stuff behind the scenes in regards to the creation of that graphic novel. So the one thing that we kind of I haven't done a lot is kind of let people know that we actually do have a Patreon account, and that kind of is a monthly fee that you can do as little as $2 or $3, and then that goes towards us being able to create new stuff. But we release a exclusive story each fortnight. And that's before it goes to print, so you guys get to see it first, and we'll also be doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff for all of our projects moving forward. So we're going to add a lot of value to that Patreon service to try and make sure that the people that are supporting us month on month get a really cool experience through that. So I'll chuck that in the links if you haven't seen that before, but you can check it out there. So So, yeah, so what have I said so far? So we're going to launch an art book. We've got Occupation Rainfall coming. Fractured Shards Volume 1 and 2 will end on the 26th of December. We've got Terra Olympus Volume 4 that will be done this year. We have a spin-off series within the Fractured Shards universe that we're going to talk about tomorrow with Dan Furigal live on this stream again. We have Talos of Sparta Volume 2, the 13th Labor of issue 3. And then we also have two other projects in the works that we're just waiting for some contracts to be signed, so that we can make sure that we can talk about those as well. But very, very excited for everything that is moving forward. There's just a lot going on. We're super excited. Stephen himself is going to be launching his latest project next week, which is called Wolf Cubs. So he's doing even more stuff on top of everything that he's been doing with Comics2Movies as well. And we're also looking at getting into that major distribution. So, 2022 we feel like it's going to be a really big year, but we also wanted to take a moment to say thank you for all of your support in 2021. It's been absolutely amazing, and moving forward we hope that we can kind of give you guys as much of an experience and everything that you've been able to provide, the support with us, that we're kind of giving back to you guys as well. So Stephen's listening. Bedtime routine different for school holidays. Yes, we just busted my little girl up playing in the spare room when she should be in bed. So yes, it's school holidays is always a fun time. My wife goes back to work tomorrow, so it's going to be back to early starts for us in our household. So awesome to hear all the projects you have planned. Yes, it's I'm needing to set up a big whiteboard in the back in the office. So I think I'm going to move out of the cinema room back into the office so I can just enjoy the cinema room for what it is. I've been moving all the boxes around me. I know you can't see, but if I lift up the boxes and boxes of comics and everything behind me and postal, so trying to make it a little bit neater and everything like that. So, I'm hoping by the end of the year that we actually have a Comics2Movies office or something, which would be kind of really cool. So, Xct Volume 2. So with Xct, where I'm just touching base with Ben, who's been taken over the writing duties on Xct. We're looking at Xct Infinity issue 2 should be out this year. It just happens with the game company that we're doing the crossover with. They've releasing a game quite soon, so they're quite heavy in development with that, which has kind of pushed back our timeline with Xct Infinity. But they've guaranteed, or they said that they 100% want to do at least 3 issues. So that's our plan there in regards to the crossover Xct Infinity. In regards to Xct as a whole, we do have the Xct Most Wanted remastered version planned for 2022, as well as if we can do that second issue of Xct Infinity 2 there. But in regards to the ongoing story, we're hoping to kind of do a whole bunch of that. And I don't want to kind of say too much because I don't want to put Ben. I haven't discussed everything with Ben yet, and I don't want to make him commit to something that I've already promised without talking to him first. But there is probably about about 4 projects based within the XCT universe that will most likely be developed in 2022, but will be released in 2023, just because of all these other projects that we've got. I don't want to kind of release too much, but it's very, very exciting. We're taking a different turn and twist with XCT, and I really want to dedicate a whole show to talk about what we're doing with that. So super excited around that. So, and yes, Stephen, I just answered that as well. So yes, super excited moving forward with all of the projects that we've got planned. As I said, we've got another 2 projects at least in the works, which I can't talk about at the moment. But as soon as we've got those contracts signed, we'll release the information around those. So we're hoping to have that website done at the end of this month, and we're looking at kind of doing a very cool launch or something around that. So if anyone's got an ideas of how to do a cool website launch or anything like that, I would love to kind of hear your ideas. And if you've got any questions for me, I'll pop them in the chat. I'd love to answer any of your questions. And again, I just want to say thank you for making 2021 such a successful year for Comics2Movies, and moving forward, we hope to have you along the journey with us. It's been such a great year to build such an amazing community, and I think that's what we've done with these live streams. So we're going to try and be more consistent this year with the Comics2Movies and More channel. Over the last 5 months, we've been pretty good in regards to doing the weekly shows. We've got at least the next 4 weeks all booked out until the first week of February. So it's going to be a crazy time. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to have a couple of awesome actors on throughout the year. I'm not going to drop those names yet, but there are a few people have committed to us to come on the show, which is very cool, and very exciting to be able to get access to these people. Also wanted to throw it out there to you guys. If you have any suggestions that you would like us to cover, if you're a writer and you want us to talk about writing, if you have an idea of a guest that you would like to see on, feel free to message us on Facebook, or leave a comment on the YouTube, or any of the different channels that you're watching this on. We're always open to different ideas. The other thing that we'll be doing with the Comics2Movies channel is we'll be doing more of those quick starter videos, so more of those little videos, giving people tips and tricks around running Kickstarters. I think the first one that I'm going to be doing this year is fulfill before you run another Kickstarter. So I think that is the biggest mistake that I've kind of made with the current Fractured Shards volume up at the moment, is not having fulfilled that prior to launch. And that's partly us with the delay, but then we had some issues with the printing, so we're hoping to have these all out and shipped prior to launching, so everyone knew that they were getting it prior to the campaign finishing. But with the issues with the printing that took about 3 or 4 weeks, it put us right. We had to launch because we'd committed to launching before we'd sent out these rewards. So I think that's the first thing that I'll be talking about now, quick starter videos. But yeah, if you guys have anything else, if you'd like to see me do quick movie reviews, I'm thinking about doing maybe a 2-minute movie review, watch a movie each week, and do a movie review. But there's a bunch of stuff that we'd like to do on this channel. Also, we've hit those 1,000 subscribers, so we can start looking at doing some really community-based stuff. So if you are watching this on YouTube, there's a section where you can comment now and post photos and really interact as a community on the actual YouTube page, which is phenomenal as well. So, but that's all I've kind of got for this show, guys. I just wanted to say thank you once again. I'm gonna play one of our videos from one of our Kickstarters this year. I played the Fractured Shards one earlier, just to kind of look back at what we've kind of done over the last 12 months, which has been pretty phenomenal. So this was the Kickstarter video for the 13th Labor issue number 2. Yeah.
Hey everyone, my name is David Gay, this is Charlie, and welcome back to the 13th Labor. If you're new to the series, The 13th Labor is a fantasy sci-fi comic written by myself, illustrated by Arturo Mesa, and lettered by Tom Napolitano. Issue 1 found Greek demigod Hercules at the end of his 12 labors of atonement, but instead of finding forgiveness, Hercules was confronted with the sobering realization that years of labors had done nothing to ease his pain and suffering. Seizing his son's moment of uncertainty, Zeus tasked Hercules with the 13th labor, to travel thousands of years into the future in order to find and train his descendant for an upcoming intergalactic tournament of champions. But things didn't go as planned. Issue 2 brings us into modern times, where a mysterious teenage girl named Pippa draws the attention of Hercules and his babysitter Hermes. The 13th Labor truly begins as we start to unravel the tragedy of Hercules and Pippa's intertwining sagas of loss and forgiveness. With exclusive art rewards by Arturo, including personalized sketches, variant covers, and full illustrations, now is the perfect time to join us on this mythic journey.
That was one of my favorite Kickstarter videos for the year. That one, Nathan Furigal, who does all the videos, is absolutely phenomenal, and it's definitely something that we will be continuing using him moving forward for all of our Kickstarters. So I just wanted to show you guys that we've got the Xct Monsters book in. This is the awesome wraparound cover. It looks absolutely beautiful. The artwork in it is absolutely gorgeous. The colors and everything like that. I'm so happy with how this book looks and everything. So, after I saw all of these ones in color, this is the reason why I went back and did Xct Most Wanted in color, because these are pretty phenomenal. So we've also got a bunch of new short stories coming to our Patreon as well. So that's where we had released all of these monsters stories first. So we've got a bunch of new short stories going up there, and we will also be doing a reach out to artists and writers as well in regards to the opportunity to do work in our next anthology. So I'm super excited about that as well. So now, before we end the show, I thought we'd do one more video, which is the Xct Monsters Kickstarter video, and then we will call it a night. So if you've got any questions while we're watching this video, I'll have a quick look at those questions and answer any questions that you may have. G'day everybody, my name is Shaun Keenan, and I'm here today to talk to you about Xct Monsters. Xct Monsters is a graphic novel anthology within our award-winning comic series, The Extreme Champion Tournament. Written by 5 different writers including Michael Gordon, Stephen Koch, John Ward, and more, and illustrated by Paul Mason, Brad Van Geese, Alexander Malashev, and Alan Sands, just to name a few, and lettered by Stephen Koch. The anthology follows 6 different characters within the Xct universe as they battle for their freedom from Oscar Keenan, owner of the Extreme Champion Tournament. Facing trials and tribulations, each must decide whether to fight or die in the world's most brutal sport, the Xct. Xct Monsters is a fantasy epic wrapped in a bloody tale of heroes and monsters. If you enjoyed comics like Y the Last Man, 47 Ronin, 300, or movies like Hercules, Spartacus, and Clash of the Titans, stories where heroic deeds are earned, not given, then this is definitely the graphic novel for you. This is the very first printing of Xct Monsters, and we have some epic rewards for this campaign. It includes an exclusive drawing cover by the very talented Brad Van Geest, an exclusive variant cover by IDW and Dark Horse artist Megan Hung, and the complete Xct collection at a reduced cost, and loads more. Thanks for supporting the Xct Monsters Kickstarter, and we can't wait to show you more. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. As I said, it's been a massive 2021, but 2022 seems to be even bigger. If you haven't already, please check out Fractured Shards, which is live until the 26th of January on Kickstarter. If you would like to join us, I will be live tomorrow with Dan Furigal at midday Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in LA. So we're going to be talking about Fractured Shards. We're going to be talking about the amazing spin-off that we've got in the Fractured Shards universe. We're going to be talking about the campaign. We're going to give you an option to choose one of the awesome stretch goal rewards. So it is going to be absolutely phenomenal, and we cannot wait to kind of join back in with the amazing community that we've built in that series. So thank you once again. Again, if you haven't, please click that subscribe button and hit that notify bell. We will see you next week where we will be doing the launch of Stephen's brand new all ages series called Wolf Cubs. It looks amazing. The artwork is fantastic. And you always know you're going to get an amazing story with Stephen. So be here next week. We'll be doing that live launch. It's going to be super exciting. We're going to be talking about The Princess Bride. And then we have even more stuff lined up after that. So thank you so much, everyone. Looking forward to a big 2022. Stay safe. I know it's a little bit crazy here in Australia at the moment, but stay safe. And if there is anything that you want to ask us, anything you want us to cover, reach out to us, and we are here for you guys. We're super excited to be continually doing this show. And if it wasn't for you guys to turn up each week, we wouldn't do it. So thank you so much. And here's to a big 2022. See you guys.